Am I live yet? What is up? Oh, I am live. What's going on, everyone? Hey, thanks for joining us. I am so excited for tonight because we kind of upgraded. We upped the game. Look at this. You see this backdrop? Rachel made this. Look
you
at
guys
this.
like it?
This
I love it.
We built a church for this, which is awesome. So exciting.
We got a better TV.
Yeah,
you
we got a
may or
better
may not be able to
TV.
tell.
Mm-hmm. We got a better speaker.
Yeah.
Got rid of the old body. This one's new. I don't know. I'm an alien, I guess. We'll let's just go into announcements. Why don't we tell them what's going on with us? And to be honest, it's the best things. The first one is Bible studies.
Woo!
Guys,
Bible study.
yeah, they're thriving. I keep hearing great things about the middle school girls group. That group is probably the most consistent and the best so far. So let's see if we can get more guys.
The senior girls could give them a run for their money.
Ooh.
This week we played a game. I thought it was fun.
Did you? How long do the senior girls meet for this?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. That is, let's do the math. That is 60 minutes plus 60 minutes is 120 minutes plus 30 minutes.
It's 150 minutes.
150 minutes. Look at that math.
That's like quarantine flying by.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's like as long as we've been in quarantine.
Basically.
Yeah. Guys, remember, just tune in for Bible studies. It's fun. We got to get more. I really want the middle school boys. I think we can beat the turnout of middle school girls. We got to get like, we'd have to get like 15 or 16 middle school boys, but we could do this.
You could do it.
We can up it. High school guys, same challenge. It sounds like all the girls are showing up. So I challenge all the guys. We're gonna beat y'all for sure, and we're gonna keep diving into 1 Timothy. Middle school girls group is actually branched off doing their own thing, but I'm super excited about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just awesome. So that was Bible studies. What's next though is something I am also so excited for, and that is summer camp. Friends, we at this point are still going to summer camp, and it's gonna be at the beach, which is so cool. This is the lighthouse right here. This is a lighthouse. Oh, go back to the other side. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is a lighthouse. This is Barnegat Lighthouse on Long Beach Island. So it's like right north of Harvey Cedars, and we'll go there. If you'll come, we'll go to this lighthouse. It's so cool. I'm telling you, middle school week is July 27th to the 31st, and high school week is July 13th to the 18th. We got a lot of kids signed up already. And the deadline's the end of this week, Friday. So
that's the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you go ahead and sign up on our website and let us know your t-shirt size because we want to give you a t-shirt.
We want to give you a t-shirt. We want to give you a Harvey Cedars t-shirt. Show us the next slide. And in case you haven't seen yet the pictures of Harvey Cedars.
And in case that other slide didn't sell you.
Yeah, come on.
There's the beach.
Look at this. We're right on the beach. This is the bay side. We're right on the water, guys. Look at this dock. It ends. The camera doesn't even fully encapsulate. The camera doesn't. You can't even see the end of the dock. There's a new pagoda that isn't even in this picture. Look at this. This is the ocean, guys. This is the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't know about you, but I love the beach and I love the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited to be going to camp.
I'm so excited to be going to camp.
I'm
telling you, look at this. Half mile to the beach. You guys got to sign up. But tonight, before camp, before all of that, is tonight. And you know what we got next?
We got a game.
And
I'm going to call a special friend up here.
Yeah, I'm going to dip out.
Annabelle,
I think you guys have seen enough of me.
Hi, you guys.
I am so excited. Today we're going to be playing a game called Love It or Hate It. So, Annabelle, do you love the live stream?
Oh, I love them.
I mean, I love
much.
the live streams.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, this says love and this says hate. We're in a series called Love Hate. So we're playing a game called Love It or Hate It.
All right.
With that, let's see what you love or what you hate.
Okay.
Hoodies.
I love it personally. I mean, they're only if they're oversized though. If they're too tight, then like, what's the point of it?
I mean, that's a pretty good response. What do you think about hoodies? Leave it in the comments. Personally,
they're
quarantine hoodies. That's the go-to. I wake up, put a hoodie on.
Don't take it off for 3 days, and then change into another one.
How'd you know? I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Early
mornings.
I hate early mornings. I stay up way too late, and there's just not enough cups of coffee for early mornings, I think.
I want to know how late you were up till last night.
I think 1:32. Gotta binge The Office, right? Love
Were
The
you up later
Office.
than Annabelle? Let us know. Personally, I agree. I hate early mornings.
It's too early.
And I'm glad school is not waking us up for early mornings. With that, we have Snapchat. What do you think?
What's Snapchat? I wouldn't know. No, I do not have Snapchat, so I really don't know
so what
if
do
you
you guys
have
think
an
about
opinion on
Snapchat?
it.
I mean, like, we can snap and chat.
Yeah, that's
We're
kinda cool.
Snapchatting, guys.
I think that's more fun, personally.
All right, what else is there? Candy hearts. Valentine's Day came and passed. Did anyone get some candy hearts? Do you love it or hate it?
I personally don't understand why we just have candy hearts for Valentine's Day. Like, why can't we have it at all points of the year, right?
I mean,
Like, I could just go up to any person and be like, here's a candy heart. This is what I feel about you. I think a lot more could happen. A lot more
Candy
relationships
hearts.
could happen if
I-
we had candy
I
hearts
agree.
all year.
this is great, but they do not taste great.
What's the flavor of candy hearts?
Chemicals.
Chalk? Yeah.
Chalk.
Yep.
Chalk and chemicals is the flavor.
Yep.
All right, with that, let's see. Do you love clowns or do you hate them?
I hate them. I love balloon animals, but I'd much rather have a person not dressed in a scary costume try and make me a little turtle out of a balloon.
What about like when they try and honk the horn and they're like,
I think that's just awful.
okay, yeah, it's pretty awful. I'm not a big fan of clowns either. We'll skip on that. Football. What do you guys think of football? How about you, Annabelle?
Well, personally, I don't know anything about football. I think the way to go is lacrosse. Those are where the hot boys are at. So I would go. I just have some personal experience with lacrosse, and I think that's the way to go.
Apparently,
Do you play lacrosse?
lacrosse should have been up here. You must know with somebody very important that plays lacrosse.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
alrighty. With that, we'll move on and see. How about some hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate is like the off-brand coffee. That is how I feel about it.
I'm afraid you're right.
It's just for people who
It's like
aren't man enough to drink the
That's right.
coffee.
Whoa.
It really is.
Yeah.
It has
Controversial.
homemade. Homemade hot chocolate.
I guess, but I would much rather have coffee.
Bold.
But
So,
it's getting warm out. We gotta get rid of the hot chocolate.
yep,
Skip it to the iced coffee.
exactly.
All right. Anything else? We love Christmas cookies.
I love Christmas, so who wouldn't love Christmas cookies? Like, they're two best things combined.
Christmas
Like,
and cookies.
exactly. And then
Doesn't
you get
get
to
better.
decorate them, and then like, you can like accidentally get the icing on your siblings.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? It's
Or, like,
great. It's just a perfect
Keep
thing.
all of the ice.
Exactly. It's just perfect
It's
all the way around.
All right. Do we love or hate mountains?
They're really nice to look at, but not a big fan of physical activity. So as long as we're looking at the mountains, then I love it. If somebody told me to walk up a mountain, I would probably hate it. So.
I completely agree with that. And I gotta say, the beach is where it's at.
Exactly.
And Harvey Cedars has a beach. So
Damn.
Beach.
Sign up. I know you want to.
what else do we got? That is it.
That's it.
Do you love it? Do you hate it?
Yes.
Glad you're here. We're gonna love some worship now.
Oh yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, guys, we have a worship set for you today. So John and I are so excited to be worshiping with you guys this night. So wherever you are, feel free to just sing it out today.
Oh my god, I haven't even tuned.
Oh, goodness. Well, our first song that we're going to sing is In the River. It's a great upbeat song, so I think you should definitely sing it out. Don't be afraid wherever you are. I personally love singing, so if I were you, I'd just sing right on my couch or wherever you may be. Come on, guys, let's sing this out.
Thank you.
We come alive in the river. We come alive in the river. We come alive in the river. There is a current, a story deep inside. It's overflowing. From the heart of God, the foot of heaven, I'm crashing over as the tide rising, rising. Bursting up from the ground, we feel it now. Bursting up from the ground, we feel it now. We come alive in the river. 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 Sing this next part out. We break open the prison door. Pick up the prison doors. Set all the captives free. Come on. Bring up a well, bring up a well, bring up a well in me. Don't take it up this joy. We're dancing in the street. Bring up a well, bring up a well, bring up a well in me. Yeah, we come alive in the river. 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 Man, we have one more song for you today, so just wherever you are, feel free to sing out about how much he loves us. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. All of a sudden, I am unaware of his afflictions. He eclipsed my glory. And I realize just how beautiful you are, and how great your reflections are for me. Oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. All of a sudden, I'm unaware of his afflictions. He fits my glory. And I realize just how beautiful you are, and how great your affections are for me. We sing. Oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. How he loves us. Come on. Oh, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, mountains, finally deciding my choice. I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way you love us. Whoa, wow, you love us. Whoa, wow, you love us. Oh, how you love. Sing that, come on. Oh, you love us. Oh, how you love us. Oh, how you love us. Oh, how you love. Sing that song, come on. Oh, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Dear God, I thank you for how much you do love us, and I thank you that we can come together today and just worship and praise you on this Instagram and YouTube live stream. I ask that you open up our hearts for Tim's message and all that he has to say to us today. We love you, God. Amen.
Hey everyone. There we go. Yeah. Bring it real nice and close like that's good. Yeah. Yeah. You just angle the YouTube screen up a little bit. But otherwise, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I'm so excited you're all here. I know we are deep in quarantine season, and I'm just so glad that you are all holding out hope that we'll be able to meet together again. But until then, this is how we'll meet, and we'll keep doing it. We'll keep coming to you every Sunday night at 6 p.m. And I'm just so excited about it. So we are diving into a new series. This series is called Love and Hate. Love, Hate. And there's a reason it's called Love, Hate. It's because love and hate are kind of the pillars of society, of our lives. We make a big deal out of love. How many of you guys just casually use the words love and hate? I mean, really, like sometimes people will be like, well, I love Justin Bieber, but I hate heights. Or I love Stranger Things, but I hate country music. And people will say that. They'll be like, no, I don't. I hate country music. That's not me. And also, guys, this is my mask. You saw this floating out of there. This is how I stay safe, just like all of you should be wearing. But back to our lesson. We just casually use these words, but they are bigger than we make it seem. If we are constantly using the words love and hate, I mean, it seeps into us. So we make a big deal about both of them. Love, like I was saying, love is kind of everywhere. Every movie you watch, I'm sure that almost every single one has a love story, a love interest in it. Even the action movies. I mean, even movies that are like just nonstop action will always have a little bit of a love interest or someone in it. I mean, did you guys know that Americans alone spend, 20.7 billion on Valentine's Day alone? I mean, that is wild. That's a whole holiday for love. And we spend 20.7 billion every year on it, which is wild. As we talk all the time in church about love. We say you need to love your neighbor, that your God loves you, and he does. God loves us so much. But we throw around the word love a lot. And on the other hand, we throw around the word hate a lot. Just as I said, we casually will be like, well, I hate country music, or I hate pop music and what's happened to it. But we also will say things more personally. You know, we hate this celebrity. Some people hate Justin Bieber. Some people maybe hate people like the Kardashians, or some people hate TikTok. While some people love it, some people are like, oh, I hate TikTok, and that's not. I think it's a weird social media platform, things like that. I mean, but we also hate on people in our lives, everyday lives. I mean, we will do it in a separate group chat, not including the person, but we casually talk about who we hate often. I mean, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. Um, we seem to care so much about love and about hate. Then why is it just so casual that we'll hate on people, that we hate on things? Tonight I want to talk about gossip. Gossip is one of the biggest forms, the most constant forms in all of our lives of hate that we give out. It's every day. I mean, times are different now. You might not be in school every day or any day actually, but you still use social media. You still think, oh, your parent maybe does something annoying, and you think to yourself, I hate them for that right now, or I hate that I have to do these chores. I mean, it's still everywhere and all the time, and so we still gossip. We still use social media to talk about our parents, to talk about our friends. We use these group chats, things like that. So you may be thinking that, I don't gossip much, but I do know someone who does. I know someone who uses gossip all the time. I know this one person. They talk bad about people all the time. They talk bad about me, and I've heard it before, but I don't. Well, the truth is, guys, we all gossip. We all do it. Even adults. It's not just a middle school thing. It's not just a high school thing. Adults gossip, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure you all have a teacher or a coach or even your parents. You've heard them all gossip. You've heard them all share a little too much, and you've heard them all talk about other people and things that happened and things that they did. And so, as you know, it isn't. Don't just think gossip is a plague that afflicts middle school, is a plague that afflicts high school. It's everywhere all the time. I'd even say I would say adults are worse at it. Adults gossip way worse than teenagers do, and hold me to it. I mean, I really do. And there's reasons for it. I mean, why do we gossip? I think that it's rooted in just a few reasons. Things like our insecurities. I think that we use gossip as a way to hide our own faults. We might know a fault in ourselves, and so we'll make it known about someone else. We'll talk about someone else's faults so that we can hide our own faults, or hide our own insecurities. I think it does lead to a quick way to bond quickly. Maybe you're new to a school, and so you get there and you're like, all right, what can I do to get in with a group? Well, an easy way is to join in on making fun of someone, even if it's quietly behind their back. You still do it. Even you might not think you're a bully, and we're not all bullies, but we still have bullying tendencies. Maybe it's because it is a little bit. It can be fun. It can be kind of fun to talk bad about someone. And just like it's easy bonding, it's kind of a cheap shot or an easy way to just get a quick laugh. Maybe it's a competitive advantage. Maybe we see that in order to make it known that we are better than this other person, we talk bad about them. We trash talk them. We spill little tea about them. Maybe we justify it. Maybe we're like, well, it's true. What I'm saying is true. It may be gossip, but it's truth. Well, it's still gossip, guys. It's maybe you even realize, maybe you think, well, I didn't even notice I was gossiping. I thought I was just talking about that person. The whole group was, and I just kind of joined in. I just listened in and maybe made a quick joke. Well, it's not innocent. Even though it might seem that we have innocent intentions, gossiping is not innocent. And so I think what the problem is with especially the teenagers now, especially middle school and high schoolers now, is social media. It makes it so easy to gossip. And it's not just social media. I mean, there are TV networks based on gossiping. TMZ, have you heard of TMZ? I mean, they make all of their money on gossip. There are people who are celebrities solely because we talk about them. I mean, here's one. So I don't know if any of you know who Paris Hilton is. She might be just a little before your time, but Paris Hilton is a celebrity that I don't think anyone could explain why she's famous other than that we talk about her. I mean, the Kardashians, why are they famous? You know, after fame, maybe they started a makeup line, or maybe Kim Kardashian married Kanye West, who is famous in his own right. But why were they famous to begin with? It's because we like to talk about them. It's because we gave them a show so that they could do outrageous things, so that we could gossip and talk about them. In a culture like ours, love and hate, it is seeped in. I mean, I know what it's like. In high school, when I was a senior in high school, I had a girlfriend, and suddenly people started spreading these weird gossipy rumors about us, and it put a strain. I mean, it stressed me out. It stressed her out. It wasn't healthy. I mean, we were always kind of arguing about what we heard. It was like a he said, she said situation because people gossip. And it might seem kind of hopeless. It might seem like, well, you know, the world isn't going to be fixed after tonight's lesson. Well, it won't be. It's true. But there is a way to break the cycle. There is a way to not gossip and to catch yourself and to watch yourself. And I think that in the Bible we have a prominent Christian, someone who wrote a lot of books, who talked about gossiping. Specifically, Paul. The Apostle Paul talked about gossip, and he even was specific about it. He wrote about gossip in a book called Ephesians. The book of Ephesians, guys, was written to the church in Ephesus. The church there in Ephesus, Ephesus was a city in the Roman Empire that was on the coast. It was a bustling port city. It was super diverse. It had a lot of people moving in and out, a lot of money, a lot of exchanges of wealth and of knowledge. It was a bustling city, but in a place that has a lot of different people and races and cultures. It's gossip fuel. I mean, it's where gossip thrives in our differences. And so in a city that had a lot of different people, gossip was running rampant. So Paul wrote this book to the church of Ephesus to talk about it. Among other things, he wanted the church of Ephesus to be different. He wanted the Christians in Ephesus to be different than those around them. So why don't we open our Bibles? If you could open to Ephesians 4. I'm going to read a quick verse for you. It's the beginning of Ephesians 4, verse 29. And it goes, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth." Guys, it's pretty outright. It's pretty overt. He says it just straight up. Don't let unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. And guys, this is more than just cussing. This is more than just talking back every once in a while to your parents. Unwholesome talk, I mean, that is gossip. That is trash talking. That is spilling the tea. It is talking about anyone in a negative way. Paul, when he was writing this letter, he wrote it in Greek. And so it was in the original Greek that this was written. The word unwholesome, one of the meanings for it was rotten. So essentially, talk that rots. Gossip rots friendship. Gossip rots relationship. Gossip rots reputations. Now, not only does it ruin relationships between you and your friends and your family and other people around you, gossip ruins other people's reputations. I mean, just like my girlfriend and I in high school, just like these the gossip spread, and it was kind of slandering me and her, and it ruins reputations. It can hurt. So not only does it rot and create a rotten vibe. I mean, those who gossip a lot kind of have a rotten vibe to them. Not only does it rot on the outside, not only does it rot relationships, but I think gossip it's a result of a rot that is kind of inside of us. It is something inside of us that is rotting, and Jesus talked about that. He talks about it in the book of Mark. Now, Mark was a disciple of Christ, and he was one who walked with Christ. He was one of the 12 disciples, and so he was there, and he has a firsthand account of what Jesus said and did. And so in Mark 7, verse 15, Jesus says, It's not what goes into our body that defiles you. It's not what goes into your body that defiles you. You are defiled, you are defiled by what comes from your heart. So not only is what defiling the bad words and the gossip that comes out of your mouth, it is also about where it's deeper. It's where it comes from. It's where it's rooted, and that root is rotten, and it can spread. So the more words you speak about someone, the more rot happens, and it grows inside you. The more words you speak, I mean, it's about the motivation of where it's coming from. It's not just that you maybe have a potty mouth or a bad sense of humor. No, it's deeper. It's where it comes from. And so let's look back at Ephesians. In Ephesians 4, Paul finishes that verse that we started earlier. And he writes, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." So not only is he saying, just let not unwholesome talk come from you, don't let rotten words come from you and rotten ideas and thoughts. No, he's saying, build others up. Think about what you're saying. Think about it, because it goes, what you say has a cost always. And it can either build someone up, it either has a positive cost, or it's negative. If we choose to build others up, if we choose to care about their needs, then what we say and what we do will begin to change. What we say will actually begin to be more positive. If we actually cared about who we're gossiping about, if we actually cared about them as human beings and as children, as sons and daughters of Christ, if we cared about them in that way, would we gossip about them? Would we say negative things about them? Would we make those jokes, even those quick, side jokes, those ones that you don't even think twice about? You say it real quick, it's a little jab, and then you move on. You don't think it affects your relationship with people, but it does, and people notice. What you say about others says a lot about you. I think we all know someone, I think none of us, maybe. No, we all know someone who speaks a lot of gossip, who gossips a lot, who talks a lot about other people. And maybe it's kind of entertaining to go to them because they always have some tea to spill, but we also always think of them as that person, as the person who gossips, who has all the juicy secrets, the person who talks bad about people. And there's always like the thought in the back of our minds, I wonder about us. If this is what they're saying about everyone else, I wonder what they're saying about me. We may be friends, but I don't quite trust them. That's how we think of them. You become known as being negative. You end up having a somewhat rotten vibe about you. And I know you know what I'm talking about. You all know someone who gossips a lot. And maybe it's not always kids, maybe it's adults. You all know maybe a teacher who gossips a little bit, or you all know just some other adult in your life who talks bad about other people often. They're setting a bad example, I know. We call it different things. And that's the thing. I don't want you guys to think I'm only talking to girls because girls gossip. It's a weird stereotype. No, guys gossip too. We call it maybe trash talking. Maybe we just do it through jokes only. Maybe we only really bash people through bad jokes, but we still do it. We still, guys love gossip just as much as girls do. And it's all rotten, guys. So the question, I think, in order to fix this, the question that Paul gives us, it isn't just a question of what we're saying is either good or it's not good. It isn't a question of just good and bad. No, the real question, the real thing that will change how we view other people is, what do we want to be known as? What do we want to be all about? So do you want to be known as the person who gossips a lot, who talks bad about other people? Or do you want to be known as someone who's kind, who is loving, who doesn't really appreciate the gossip, and so no one really comes to you and gossips to you because you're not someone who entertains it? Guys, I think the most important thing about what I'm saying tonight, is that we want to be known as people, as Christians who give off love. We want to be known as loving people. We need to let love be all that we are about. And so I think in order to change the way that we operate in life, the way that we walk around school and hang out with our friends, I think like I said, it begins with a core concept. And so maybe we judge everything that we say or are going to say on a few things, like a few criteria. Maybe we say, well, is what I'm about to say, is it going to be funny? Is this joke going to be a little bit funny? Or is this thing I'm about to say about that person going to make me look cool? Is it going to make me look smart? Is it mostly true? I mean, I'm not someone who lies. Maybe I gossip, but I don't lie. So if what I'm saying is true, maybe it's okay to say. Well, I think all of that is wrong, because at the core, it's not about what you're saying. It's about where it's coming from, and it's about what it's doing to the person you're talking about. So is it helpful? The question that Paul gives us, the question that Paul wants us to use to base our actions and our words on is it helpful? Does this help anyone? Does it help someone to talk bad about them? No. Does it even help your relationship with your current friends to talk bad about someone else? No, I don't think it really does. You may move maybe laterally among your friends. Maybe it just, it's just a thing you and your friends do, but it's never going to grow relationships. Nothing will grow from rotten talk and from a heart that is negative. Nothing will grow from bashing other people. So while we're in quarantine, guys, we're in a different time. I know that maybe hearing this lesson, you're like, okay, all right, yeah, we need to not gossip anymore. We want to be different than that. But we're not in school. I'm literally with my family all day, every day. We're doing online classes. I don't really just gossip anymore. Well, you do. You often do. You gossip maybe online on social media. Maybe you gossip when playing video games through the microphone to your friends. Maybe you just gossip to your own family, to your parents. You talk bad about a teacher that you dislike. You talk bad about your Spanish teacher. You talk bad about your coach. You talk bad about your friends, even to your parents, to your siblings. And even more so, I think this is the best time to talk about it, because when we finally do return to school, things are going to be a lot different. We haven't seen our friends in a long time, and we're just going to want to spill all the tea, literally gallons and gallons of tea. We're just going to want to gossip, and it'll come naturally. But I challenge you to use this time right now, to use quarantine, to use the season that we're in, this weird time. I challenge you to use this to reset, to dive into the Word, to absorb what I'm saying tonight and what everything else that you learn from Scripture. Absorb it and use that to be different, so that when you show up at school, maybe it's the fall, probably it'll be when we go back, or maybe it is the end of May, maybe we do get to go back to school soon and back to work. Use now to change what you're all about, so that when you return and you are hanging out with your friends again, they'll be like, I've noticed something a little different about you. And maybe they don't even notice. I mean, it's, people, I mean, it takes a while for people to notice that person doesn't gossip, but they will notice something is different about you. If we use this time to make ourselves different and more like Christ, if we use this time that we're in right now, we can go back to school and we can see the things that we say. We can hear the words others people are saying, and we can think to ourselves, is this helpful? So that not only do the people at school, maybe they'll notice, maybe they'll be like, well, there's something a little different about those Starpoint kids, or maybe they'll actually just be like, there's something different about you, about this person. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something, and it's good. It's positive. When I'm around them, I enjoy being around them. And maybe it's that they don't talk bad about people. I think people will notice. And so from tonight, remember, is it helpful? Is what you're saying helpful? Is what you're typing on social media helpful? Let love be what you're all about. Let love be the core of everything that you do. And with that, I think I'll quick pray. we'll give away prizes, and then we'll wrap it up. So just bow your heads with me, bow your heads on the other end of the screen. I'll quick pray for you, and then I'll give away gift cards to people that hung out this whole time. So, dear Lord, thank you so much. Thank you so much that you gave us this guide, that you spoke to Paul and he wrote down what you wanted him to say. You gave us this guide, Lord, and from it we can take things like changing how we gossip about people. We can take what you wrote in this Bible and think, now, is it helpful what I'm saying? Lord, thank you that you gave us this guide. So now, Lord, I just pray that you use us to be different, that people will begin to notice, Lord, that what we do, everything that we do seems to glorify you. Everything that we do is positive. People will start to notice, Lord, that we are all about love, just like you taught us to be, Lord, just like you are. So I pray that the rest of this week and this month and this year, Lord, that you will use us and change us to be all about love, just as you are all about love. In your wonderful name, amen.
I think we need a few more names in the comment section.
Yeah.
So if you're here, drop your name.
Are we getting the YouTube names as well?
I am.
Yeah. All right, great. Hey, thanks for hanging out, because everyone that hung out tonight is going to have a chance to win a $10 gift card. And I'm really excited to give that away. We have the wheel. We're going to use the wheel again. But in the meantime, continue to put your names in the chat so that we make sure we don't miss anybody. And just so you know, if you already won a prize, so Ella, Ishmael, and Giada, I want to tell you that we probably won't put your name in this list, but everyone else from last week that won prizes because it was Easter and everyone won a prize, well, that doesn't count. So let's spin this wheel. Let's find out who's going to get a $10 gift card.
And I just want to shout out, it was Rebecca's birthday. So happy birthday. Happy 15th birthday.
Happy birthday.
We'll give a few more birthday shout outs next week.
So proud of you for changing your age to birthday stuff. I don't know. I'm just talking. Let's do this wheel. Let's both spin it. Who if you stare right into the center of it, you might be entranced. We might hypnotize you right now. All right. And who is it gonna be?
Daniel! Thanks for joining us, Daniel.
Thanks for joining us, Daniel. You'll get a $10 gift card to Target. I'm so excited to give that to you. So just pay attention in your mail, because that's where it'll come. So again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. We will see you right back here, 6 p.m. next week on YouTube, on Instagram. All right. End the stream. Goodbye, everyone. Au revoir. Au revoir.
Share the story.
Mm-hmm.